information that you have, but it has to do with who you are talking to. It has everything to do with who you're talking to. It has really nothing to do with what you know, but it rests in how you relate to the question. And number two, it's how to make sure that the answers are understood in a relevant context. Now, when we look at this, we look at one of the greatest examples, and this is the example of Paul speaking in Athens. Paul speaking on Mars Hill. The irony of the talk is about that Paul gave is in the different reactions and responses of the people. There were some that were thrilled, that were amazed, that were glad that Paul was speaking with like this, and with this authority. And while there were others that sat and thought a little bit, and then obviously there were people that totally rejected what he said. Did it have to do with the message that he was delivering? No, it had everything to do with the people that were listening.
Yes.
And many times that's the way it is in our lives. And if you're a preacher, you can identify with it, especially a young preacher. You'll get up and God will give you a message. And this has happened to me, I don't know how many times. It's happened to me a lot. Where you'll get up and you'll preach a message. And you're like, God gave it to me. And you think that you're delivering it well. And really not a lot happens. Not a lot of response. Your pastor will get up like the very next Sunday, say almost identically what you say, and the house comes down. I mean, people are like, slaying in the spirit, and people are like, you're like, man, did he steal my notes? You know, was he listening to what I said? You know, maybe, what's going on? And it really doesn't have anything at times to do with the message that God gives us, but it has everything to do with how we deliver it, with how we say it. And so when we look at this, we can look at Paul's message in Athens, and the average person is quick to point out that few of his hearers responded, that those that were around him, that few of them responded. But this attitude reflects why the church is so intellectually weak, that why a lot of times we struggle. And this has been my fight. This has been my kind of the thing that I'm going against the grain. That you, as a believer, you have to educate yourself. You have to become more informed on Scripture.
Yes.